England. It was tough living in London. You know, I'm surrounded by 10 million people, and what it did was it actually made me appreciate my life. You know, so I got a little farm, and when I'm home, I just stay home because I appreciate. That's what gives me that appreciation, was being in London, surrounded by 10 million people. Too many energies, so it's nice. The cast and crew were awesome.
Go ahead.
There was in your scene in Wonder Woman when you introduced yourself in your language, Wonder Woman. Before that, you talked about knowing all these languages. Did she understand you, and was there a time when she could repeat or say something in your language to you?
So that was a question that came up between me and the director, and I said, because they wanted me, they're like, is there something she could say? And I'm like, no. I'm like, why? She wouldn't know my language, because they talked about the library in Themyscira where they learned all the languages. Our language is oral. It was never written, so that was why she didn't say nothing. But she did understand me on a level of being a demigod. So when I went into this, my director gave me the direction of, I'm the only one that knows who she really is. Where everybody looked at her as this beautiful woman, and right? And so me, I looked at her as a god. Like, I knew we had that connection. So. She was awesome. She was so cool. I think she has a daughter about your age. Her daughter was on set a couple of times. Yeah, she's great.
Any more questions? That's it.
I read in the interview that you were surprised that a lot of the dialogue that was between you and Wonder Woman was kept in the movie. Was any of that an improv, or was that all script? And why you were surprised that it was left there?
That was all scripted. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really. When you're doing a film, you never know what's going to end up on the cutting room floor. And so, there was some things I thought, I didn't expect my role to be this big. I kind of thought they might keep me, just see me in the background here somewhere, you know what I mean? So everything was, and I'm so glad that our first conversation where she tells me, are you here for profit? And I tell her, you know what, I have no place else. They took everything from my people. We have nothing left. At least here I'm free. And she said, who did this to your people? It's his people. They didn't have to write that, but I'm so glad that they did, to be true and to be honest of what really happened. So it was great. So another thing that was kind of cool about doing this was they let me incorporate some of my own, like I wore my own choker, my own earrings, my own hat band. I got to pick the designs on my gun belt, so I picked some Blackfoot designs. I put them on my gun belt and my knife belt, and I even incorporated a medicine wheel on the butt of my gun. I was looking at some old photos and I seen this cool Indian. It's like a I can't remember what year, but this cool Indian guy was standing there with his rifle, and I seen the studs on there. So I'm so thankful that they gave me that respect and listened to my opinion. I was like, don't you think that would be? And it does. It looks so cool. So, any other questions?
Like you said, when you make a film, you never know exactly how big your part is going to be unless you're, one of the lead characters. Being as this has become something huge for you, how do you relate that to your spirituality and your creator's plan for your life, and how do you accept that? I'm obviously with gratitude, but are there moments where you find peace and just allow yourself to believe that this is absolutely where you're supposed to be because it became such a huge thing?
It is. I do have a very you know, things that have happened in my life have given me that knowledge of being in the moment and taking things for what they are. For example, you know what? I'm not an actor. I don't call myself an actor. I've never taken any acting lessons. I went to a casting call and I got picked up, and I got moved up the ladder pretty quick because I could ride a horse, and I was willing to fall off. So I became a stuntman. I ended up going to Paris, Disneyland, to be in a show called Buffalo Bill's Wild West Show, where I was trained as a stuntman, riding, fighting, shooting guns, falling off horses. So when I went back to Canada, I was in high demand, and I did a program for AMC called Hell on Wheels. So second season, I was on the short list for this actor role, and I didn't get it. You know, I was like, oh, you know, I was praying. I was like, come on, this will do so much for me and my career, and you know, and I didn't get the role, and I was like, oh man, you know, I was like, oh. And but in the end, you know what? I made it 6 seasons on that show. I died over 100 times. So in the end, I got more screen time. I made more money, you know, and I got more experience. So in saying that, yeah, I do. If something happens and it's not what you expect to happen, it's for a reason. You gotta believe in that the Creator has something better for you. It's just, you know, in telling that story, it just reinforces my belief in being in the moment and taking life for what it is, and it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Go ahead, and then we'll come back.
In your career, I know there's a lot of controversy with other people playing our people, Oriental people playing us, but are you open for yourself career-wise to playing other ethnicities, stuff like that?
You know what?
The reason why I asked is just because I recently did a casting call for a Mongolian person, and I don't know it was weird because I'm like, okay, so what if I get it? What if I get that casting call and I do it? Am I being in the same way? Am I being the same way that other races other races are for teams? So is that something that you would consider doing for other roles?
You know what? As an actor, I'd love to. That's a tough question. It is. I know Adam Beach just came out with a big article about Yellowstone. They picked a Asian girl to play a Native American, and I think there is a lot of Native American actors and actresses that can play the role. But you gotta look at it the other way. Look at Lou Diamond Phillips. He's not Indian, but he was iconic in Young Guns, right? And he still plays it. He's on Longmire, right? There's Cliff Curtis, who's Maori Indian, and he's played every race there is. He's played, Arabic. Yeah, so as an actor, I want to build on that and be able to get outside the box, and I don't want to, I don't play Indian all the time. It'd be nice to get out there and do some other stuff. Definitely, it is a really tough question. I like to see our Native people be represented right in film and television and stuff, and there's a lot of Native actors right now that are out there that they don't have that card that says they're Indian, but they are Indian, right? So it's tough to comment. I get asked that question a lot. How do I feel about non-Native people playing Native? And my answer is, talking about that issue is tough in Hollywood. If I say, yeah, we should all be Indian, we should all get these roles, and there's people that have brought that up before and they get blackballed in Hollywood. And that's my answer is I'm not Adam Beach. I just got my foot in the door, and I don't want to burn any bridges before I get there, right? So great question.
Just wondering what you've been working on since Wonder Woman.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
What have you been working on since Wonder Woman?
What have I been working on? I've been doing a lot of these Comic-Cons. What's really great about these is to get the feedback from the people, to to see the impact that I've made. It's amazing. It's so cool to connect with fans, and you know, a lot of people tell me that they cried when they saw me on television. It's like, wow. But I've got a lot of, you know, since doing Wonder Woman, now I'm getting handed scripts. I don't even have to audition anymore. So it's kind of cool. I gotta just pick through the scripts, and I got about 10 scripts I'm going through right now, and it's all turning into one big movie. It's tough.
Any other questions? Oh, over here, and then we'll come over here.
There's a scene in the movie where your character comes when they're trying to find a way to get into the party. Was that always going to be you getting the car?
Yes, that was always me. That was so cool. I think that was one of my favorite scenes. You know,
Repeat it in case people didn't hear her.
so she's asking me about when I drove when they were trying to get into the castle, how were we going to get in the castle? And I drive up in this old 1916 Rolls Royce. So I just thought that was comical, and I thought that was great. I loved it. And it was a real 1916 Rolls Royce. I barely fit in there. I had to take my boots off because when I put my foot on the feeder, I was pushing on the brake as well, and the gears are on. Yeah, it was tough to drive, but it was so cool.
Now, would you have to pay for it?